You, you there, you. Hello, guys. My name is Pichu back here once again. I kind of hit the recording button a little bit too early. What is up, guys? My name is Pichu back here once again with the review of My Hero Academia episode 6 and 5, I believe. Pretty sure that's what I just watched. So my opinion on these episodes. They were complete garbage. Now I'm playing. These episodes were amazing. Both of these episodes. I didn't get to do a review last week, so I'm doing both last week and this week today. So, anyways, last time I couldn't do it yesterday because busy, and today I'm finally getting to it. And I might be able to stream today, like I said, but no, I'm late on streaming and stuff. So, anyways, My Hero Academia episode five. Let's start with 5 first. So basically, 5 was the end of the cavalry battle, right? So I feel like the episode had really good hype. It really the last couple episodes, I feel like 4, 5, and 6. 4 and 5 had really good hype. It was really in the moment. Everything had a really good pacing, and it was really hype. And I feel like it had a really good ending. So basically, you start off the episode where you left off. You know, Boko got his headband taken, and Midori was in the corner. They somehow got out of the corner, which was crazy. And just seeing, I'm gonna talk about Toradara, or not Toradara, the dude with the name starts with a T and then the ice guy. I'm gonna talk about him, his character. We got a lot of stuff on his character in episode 6, I believe. I think it was 5. I'm pretty sure episode 6. But you know, they forced Midori into a corner. So the way that he did that, like, I love how they forced him into a corner and they froze everybody behind them. At the same time, they forced him into a corner, so I thought that was pretty cool. And the really snooty guy, the guy that could take powers, take quirks, he can absorb somebody's quirk. That guy was a real douchebag. I'm really happy that he got what he deserved. Bakuo went straight savage on him. He took like 2 of his bands in like a minute, and you really think about how talented these people are, because like for us, it's like the span of like like 5-10 minutes, you know. But for them, it's like 2-3 minutes, and they have to do all this like that. So he's like, while that's going on, like I feel like that they could have been spanning back between that and Midori, but he got his back. It was amazing how he did it. He just went in. Basically, I can't really say any more strategy. The dude just went in on the dude. He just zoomed in, got it, bam, left. He went to Midori. Then they cut back to Midori. He was in the corner. So like their strategy was trying to go up to them full force, shove out the way, get one of their bands back. So they do that, and it was really depressing. The way that Linda gets Midori's band in the cavalry battle, he unlocks some Super Saiyan freaking the flash speed, and like it's so cool. The animation was awesome, on point, and the music this episode, everything was on point. So basically, he uses his cannons on the back, like his like the power on the back of his quirk. He ups his game to an amazing amount. So he's able to blast forward, just straight ahead to get Midori, and he goes like super fast. He even says before that, I feel like the reason the way the episode ended, with Midori barely coming out, is because Linda didn't have his powers. One of his weaknesses is once he uses his full burst, he can't use it. He can't use it no more. Like he's done for the rest of the day. He's like he has to go to bed. So yeah, so they drive in. They only get the one that's 70 points, which barely makes it for them. They're like 6th place. They're 2 places away, and that's where it cuts and ends. Well, then Bakuo shows up and he breaks through the glass with his fire. He's just in the air. They're all going towards the ice guy. It's all this so hype, and it ends Bakuo flat on his face. I feel it was hilarious. So that's how the episode ends, and it was amazing. So like that's how that part ends. And amazingly, when Midori went up to Linda and his team and then the ice guy, he used his all for one for all, and he shoved them out of the way to get one of them, and they got the wrong one. But in that time span, the last teammate that they picked, I forgot his name, he was able to use his shadow and get it. And I was like, you know, I had that. If any of you guys watched this episode and got the same feeling, I got the feeling. I was like, there's no way you had that big span moment. Like, you had that big moment where they didn't do anything. I'm like, they have to. It has to be something else. And it was. He got it at the last second. I was like, yo, That's kind of wild because he was like, yeah, with your last spurt of energy, I was able to get it. I was like, this is the reason I love My Hero Academia. So we move on to episode 6. It starts off with Midori and the Ice Guy talking in the corridor, and this scene, probably one of my favorite. My Hero Academia has some like standalone scenes. Standalone episodes are really good, but standalone scenes, they're incredible. Some of these standalone scenes are literally incredible. So the scene when they're in the hallway talking about the Ice Dude's past and what drives Midori and stuff, he was like, my father, it was really messed up too because the reason he despises his father so much, one of Midori's rivals, he his father has always been second to All Might, which I'll probably go into his backstory a little bit later. But he's always been second to All Might, right? So he was like, if I can't surpass you, I know what will surpass you. I'll make something even more powerful than I am. So it was like on like a it was on like a scientist level. It was on a crazy level. So and he went on this whole rant about like the unethics of like marrying somebody just to get their power. So that's basically what his father did. He married a woman who was very powerful with a very powerful quirk, and he ended up marrying her and making a baby with her, and that's the Ice Guy. And he says, "I hate my fire side. I hate my is his right side. I think so. I hate my his left or right side, and he hated because that's the part that comes with father, and he knew that he planned that to happen. So I'm like, oh, it makes you kind of feel sorry for him almost. It makes you almost make him want him to win because it's like, wow, he freaking that's how he had to go to, and the saddest part and the most shocking part, which Bakugo was in the hallway too, but they didn't know. And I feel like that one scene when they have Bakugo on the wall, Midori and him and talking, and the art was on point. That scene was just like so amazing just to look at. It was just like really to show the three-way rivalry and what drove all of them. You know what drives Bakugo. He keeps losing to Midori, which also makes him want to win. It's like Vegeta when like Vegeta's always kind of like in Goku's shadow or something. You kind of want him to go ahead and win. But then when he's telling his backstory, he says, "My mom would pour ice, like warm water, on one of his sides, like to make it all right or to make it better." She was always crying. It was like, wow, that's messed up. His mom would pour like then warm water on his left side to like oh, you're not my son or something like that. So it was like to take almost like the ice away from him, take almost herself out of him. I was like, wow, that's really messed up. I don't know if that was the scene trying to give you that. I don't know if I just interpreted that. I don't know. That's what I got from the scene, and I was like, wow, that's pretty. Yo, that's pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie there. That's I got a little bit of stuff on the screen. So I'm like, yo, that's pretty messed up. So we get to then a classic Midori scene. He just talks about no, no, my reasons of being a hero are kind of trivial to yours, but really, the reason I'm here today because of the people that support me, and I can't let those people down. And you just see Bako in the hallway just standing there and just walks away. I'm like, yo, my Hero Academia can get you hype and almost poop your pants. I have to use the bathroom. I got pee, and I'm like, I got this water next to me, and I'm just like, I can't leave the computer screen. You know, you gotta stay. So then it goes to the next episode. Not next episode. Then it goes to the tournament scene, the one-on-one scene. You know, then it had a little. Never mind, I'll talk about that later, maybe in the stream or something. But basically, I'm just getting all the main points of the episode. So basically, wrap it up. They go to like the one-on-one, and it seems My Hero Academia is a really good series when it comes to the fact of like when you think something's gonna happen, it's not always gonna happen like that in that particular order. Says Deku and the Ice Guy might be going against each other before that you thought, and maybe I don't know, maybe Deku might lose, maybe Bakugo and Deku might be in the finals. You never know. So yeah, that was pretty freaking amazing. That's that overall scene of them in the hallway. So they go on to the tournament scene. Freaking one of the guys that I don't know his name, but the purple haired guy, right? So one of them steps forward, like they like say, all right, who wants to withdraw from the tournament now? One of them people say, because I can't remember what happens if I don't remember contributing to it, whatever. I don't deserve to be in here. So there's two people who did it. They dropped out. I can't remember what team they're on, but the dude who then they're like, okay, yeah, who leave? They'll leave, and it's two other people. I can't remember their names joined in. So Midori is going against this guy. I think he has powers or a quirk to make people forget, no, forget their memories. And I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, but to forget his memories. So they go, and then one guy's like, hey, don't respond to him because you'll lose your memories. You'll lose something because that's what happened to him, or something on the lines of that. Like if he lost his memory, how can he remember that? Whatever. So they go into the tournament area. He's like he was kind of provoking Midori because he cares about the person that he made wiped his memory. So he kind of provokes Midori into talking to him, and that's when Midori just goes completely blank, and the episode ends. He's just like there staring at him in dull eyes. So I think whenever like you respond to this dude, like he can like zap your brain and like make all your memories just go blank. So that's really really bad for Midori's case. I'm gonna talk about that. So yeah, so they go basically just one more time. They go to the tournament, and the tournament actually reminded me of Dragon Ball Z because like early Dragon Ball Z and stuff, or Dragon Ball, they had like a tournament, like a sumo, almost sumo style, where you get knocked out of the ring. Like, you get knocked out of the ring, you're out. That's not the same way as in DBZ. I was like, oh, it's DBZ. So that was a pretty cool thing that I noticed there. But anyways, I've seen this before in anime where main character like Midora, when he thrives on support of others and the memory of others and the memory of people are supporting me, so I have to keep going. Like Naruto, if you guys watch Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal, the reason Yuma becomes so good because he has the teaching of Astral, and the reason he beats Astral at the end of the series because he has the teaching of Astral. All these other people pushing him, and there was one episode in Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal. If you guys don't like Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal, I'm sorry if I do. So there's one episode in Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal where it's not my favorite duel, but Yuma forgets everything and he loses the connection to Astral. He forgets all the teaching of Astral. He forgets all the teaching of his father, everything. And he's not even the same person anymore. It kind of transforms him into a wimp. Like he transforms. He can't even duel the way that he used to be able to duel. Like he wasn't that good at that point. Where he was decent, but he was a complete scrub at that point because he forgot all Astral's teachings and everything like that. I feel like it's gonna be like on that situation because even if Midori is still able to walk and stuff and do anything and not just completely brain dead, he's legitimately gonna be like, I don't remember anything. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? I might as well just give up. So that's the real scary part of that. I'm like, I really hope that doesn't happen. So that's gonna be a real interesting thing in the It's gonna be really, really interesting because I know the main characters, like, just imagine Naruto forgot everything. It was probably a point in Naruto where Naruto forgot everything where people taught him. And just imagine that, because that basically takes away their character and what they've learned and their experience and their power, almost to a certain degree. So he's just going to be there getting probably whacked around by this guy because he doesn't remember all Might's teaching. He doesn't remember his experiences and his learning, his teachings. He won't remember any of that. So it's going to be really interesting to see. I love when they introduce a character like that or a situation like that in anime where the main character thrives off of memories and support from others. And I usually see that a lot because I love when they do it in different situations, and it's interesting to see. So if you guys did enjoy episode 5 and 6, please tell me in the comment section below. I love you guys' beautiful faces. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, my mini Pichus. Bye! That was kind of corny, but bye.